Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aiman Balkis binti Muhammad Fadzli and I will be presenting my design on the Rehabilitation Center for Endangered Marine Species, which in my case is fish. So from the key plan, the site for this project is located near Kampung Hijrah and Echerok Paloh Beach in Kuantan, Pahang. The site that has been assigned to me is Site A, which is quite far from the main road but near to the INOSEM Research Center. So moving on to the site plan where it shows the circulation at the site. Here we have the parking areas, drop-off and pick-up area, VIP car park, road to service and loading bay, and the area of loading and unloading. Moving on to the site synthesis, the vegetations at the site will be utilized for natural shading. Big windows will be used to capture the wind and view. Raft foundation will be used considering the nature of the soil at the site. A sculpture will be allocated to give the visitors a glimpse of what's to come. Now we move on to the precedent studies synthesis. The first one is from the CRAM Foundation, in which the lab will be allocated near the hatchery and services. Spaces will be separated according to the users and allocation of lobby near the entrance with a semi-outdoor ambience. The next one is from the Blue Planet, in which parts of the structural materials for my building is stainless steel, and the implementation of centralized special organization. Next would be the case study synthesis, where the first is the foundation. Raft foundation will be used as it gives more even load distribution and easier to construct compared to piling foundation. Besides that is the materials in which glass, timber and stainless steel will be used. So moving on to the schedule of accommodation. So here are all the spaces which can be found in the building along with the maximum area of the spaces. This totals up to 550 square meters. With all these spaces, metric space planning are carried out. Here we have the essential allocation of spaces, the preferred ones, and the exceptional. Now we move on to the concept of my design in which I choose centralization. It is mainly because of the ease in circulation and navigation. It concerns about the first-time visitors so that they will not be confused when they enter the building. This will be reflected in the spatial planning and the form of the building. Before going into the space planning, it is important to take into account the site zoning. Here is considered public area as it is facing the road and the entry point to the site. Here would be the private area as there is no road and filled with trees, and facing the beach would be the semi-private area. So now we move on to the bubble diagram. Here we have the bubble diagram in the site where we have the ground floor and the first floor. When we look closer, the circulation and integration of concept can be seen clearly. The green space at the center also acts as a focal point to further ease the navigation. The spaces are divided according to the users, where the ones in the public zoning will be the public areas for the visitors and the ones in the private zoning are mainly for staff. Moving on to the development, the center is determined by using the existing axis of the site. From that on, spaces will be allocated surrounding the center, which is in line with the concept centralization. From the arrangement of the spaces, a round shape is obtained. The shape obtained is then relocated nearer to the site boundary to capture the view and the wind. This radial-like shape highlights that only some spaces of the building will need the best view. A linear shape is then added as the spaces allocated here does not require the view in addition to utilizing the site. It is further developed into different sectors which shows both repetition and transition. A mean of separation is added to distinguish the private and public area which can be seen in the bubble diagram. So here we have the conceptual and massing models. Now we move on to the drawings of design developments. Here we have the floor plan. From the ground floor, the mean of separation between private and public area which had been mentioned earlier can be seen in the allocation of an open piazza. The lobby area is a double-volumed area to create a sense of welcoming aside from providing a good ventilation. Here we have all of the elevations. From the section, we can see the green space which had been mentioned earlier. And now we move on to the considerations of structure and construction method. In this design, I-beam steel construction will be used as it is easy to construct and transport it to the site. It will be a steel structure on top of raft foundation. Here is the moment connection for the beam and column in which it uses both bolting and welding. Here we have the structural model of the building. The next one would be the mock-up model of the building. And last but not least are some of the sketches being done.